Hello grapplers and welcome to a new video. I want to talk about the experience of Street Fighter 6 in 2024. Everything I feel not a lot of people are talking about, or at least not talking about in depth. I'm gonna date this video. I'm currently recording this on the 20th, Friday. One day before Beggy's run tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to make this quick so I don't bore you too much with 10 minutes of me just complaining, I guess. And also disclaimer, this doesn't mean you have to stop playing Street Fighter 6 or any fighting game. In fact, I want this game to thrive. Therefore, I want some changes in order for this whole experience to be better. So the first one is the meta, which is the thing that is most important if you play the game competitively or significantly at some point, more than casually. These are the things that bother me the most. And the first one is the crouching medium kicks. I'm pretty surprised they haven't changed the medium buttons to be activated on whiff. Right now you can just press crouching medium kick and buffer the parry. If you get the hit, that's a guaranteed pressure, and if you don't, well, that's a hit, so you get a combo. So there's a lot of things going on with crouching medium kicks. The range of crouching medium kicks is just too strong. And the game, due to this, looks very similar. Throw loops are not hype at all. I don't think anyone can really say throw loops are just amazing and you feel like there's so much technique for a throw loop, especially due to how easy throw loops are in this game. When you're playing defensively, you have to guess the throw, either delay the throw, do a delay tech, but either way, if they manage to make you whiff the throw, the punishment is so high. For you to just tech the throw, you remain in the corner, because this mainly happens in the corner. You tech the throw, you remain in the corner, and that's it. You don't win anything. That's not even a trade side switch. And that's if you manage to tech the throw. Sometimes people neutral jump and they punish you because throws in this game recover so slow. And I get why throw loops are in the game. It's because they are the only answer to parry. If throws weren't in the game like this, or we had no throw loops, people would just wake up parry, tap parry all the time, and you would have no answer to that situation. However, I think this game can really nerf parries and throws at the same time to bring them down to how they are right now, because I feel they are not necessarily well balanced. The communication between throws and parries is just not working correctly at the moment. Now the game has slowly became the same thing over and over again. It's like everyone goes back to Luke. Those characters are essentially gonna be strong all the time. The drive system for me is very flawed. For example, they can just make the drive rush, raw drive rush, be punish counterable instead of just being a counter hit. Maybe rebalance the amount of drives you use to do things. I feel the parry is just too safe. You use almost no drive meter for parries. Maybe parries should be one entire bar. And drive impacts are really strong, especially when you're in burnout and have no super. So I feel if the opponent gets a DC, it should be harder for them to do it, at least in terms of meters. So maybe you can make the DI just 2 meters or 1.5. I don't know. There's some good ideas going on by different parts of the community, and I think they should change the drive system at some point. The next stop is tournaments. I think overall, the whole tournament experience has been pretty bad this year too. The World Warriors are hardly advertised. There's no way to keep track of them. And I get it, they're in different languages, so it's hard to follow those tournaments, but we don't have anything. We have like a weird recap sometimes. You don't get stories out of it. You don't feel you're following the players. There's just no money put into them. Only the last tournament, the final top 8, gives players some money. So they have to essentially play 5 tournaments with the promise of qualifying directly if you're in a super region, or just play the final top 8 for everyone else. So it just doesn't feel right for the community to just maintain this. Everything related to money is just weird during this year and the previous year of the CPT. The CPT split is just bizarre. And the main thing that I feel should change, I mean, besides the money, I mean, that's important, but in terms of the competition, I'm very surprised there's no standardized setups. Either go for PC or go for PS5, but standardize it. The issue right now is there's none. I'm gonna just say it because I think there has been a conversation between PS5, PCs. PCs are not the solution. Like straight out, are not the solution. If you want to standardize a PC for tournaments, you will have to invest significantly into that PC. You can build a 500, 600 PC for you maybe, but for a competitive environment, that PC needs to hold working for 10 hours, 12 hours, It has to be a good cooling system, low power usage, so maybe a 4000 series. They consume very little power, so they're very efficient in that way. And PS5s are fine. The issue is they just have one PS5 fat model running for 10-15 hours, I don't know, 8 hours. You have to stop that, man. These consoles, these newer consoles from the PS4, PS3 even, going forwards, they're not built for long-term usage. Change your PS5s, or at least have some PS5 Slims, or I don't know if the Pro has better ventilation system, cooling system, I have no clue. But change them so the actual players don't feel like they're playing on a console that could just break itself in the middle of a match or the beginning of the match. Monitors. Please choose a standardized monitor and have it at the proper settings so no one complains about the lag. The setup is optimized, no matter if it's a PS5 or a PC, you're gonna feel a little bit of lag because it might not be the thing you use at home, but at least it would be usable, and that's the main thing. Announce at the beginning of the freaking CPT what kind of console you're gonna use and what kind of monitor you're gonna use and the settings. And be sure that those are followed in every single offline major tournament. And that's it. It is as simple as that. The game experience, I think the DLCs have not been good. The combination of DLCs, the characters they've chosen, the timing of each DLC, it hasn't been the best. The patches have been really strange, even beyond just me playing Zangief and checking that every single patch, apparently Zangief gets nerfed. That's more like a general experience. I still don't know why they decided to bring back some features for JP or Luke, just to name a few, or why they decided to buff Kim in areas where she already had an answer. It's just weird how they're trying to work this game. And also, the website of Capcom Fighters is so outdated. It's basically like a news blog sometimes, instead of actually getting all the information you require. Like if you really want to invest yourself in the whole Capcom experience, the whole CPT experience, you had nothing over there. For example, if you go into the winners of the tournaments, you'll see that they only have the offline ones. They are only pictures, really. You click on someone and you immediately knew what tournament they won, how they won it, like the history of the tournament, maybe something else, I don't know, a bio, something. It's just so bare bones. It's very hard to follow the schedule of the World Warriors. Everything is like 3 clicks away of what they originally should have. The future of Street Fighter. I feel they need to change the drive system. That's pretty obvious. They need to bring back points for tournaments, especially offline tournaments. In fact, if they can increase the number of online tournaments, I'd be very happy because I like offlines. The World Warrior system has to be reworked. I'm still very confused about why some regions are super regions. A group of countries, 10, 12 countries, are just a regular region. Everything related to money is just an issue. They need to completely change it. Whole slogan of we're trying to make a millionaire out of Street Fighter, that needs to change. The Street Fighter League needs balancing. I haven't been following the Japanese one because they mostly have monsters everywhere, but the EU one was very noticeable. Like the difference of one team compared to the others was just too much. And we need consistent patches. I think in this era of fighting games or competitive games, you cannot be patching the game 3 times a year. I think that just doesn't work. Or at the very least, please give us a schedule of patches. I feel Street Fighter is in a good place in terms of how much the game has sold, but the experience of Street Fighter is seriously lacking. And even if you compare this to Street Fighter 5, I know, Street Fighter 6 is the better game, but the experience of Street Fighter 5 following the game, whole hype behind everything what's happening with the game was higher, way higher. And that's not even talking about Street Fighter 4, where everything was following crazy every single tournament. Now that just doesn't happen anymore. And it's kind of funny because this is the better game. It should be better in every single way, not having those issues that are basically very easy to fix. You just need to put maybe more interest in some areas of the game. I'm gonna keep playing Street Fighter, don't worry. If you really like anything that is happening here in the Siberia Lab, please subscribe. You can also go to the Discord. I have the link in the profile over here. You can also go to the Twitch channel. I'm playing currently a little bit of Honda just to test them. Zangief obviously, and Clive in Tekken. In the future, I'm gonna play a little bit of Virtua Fighter 2. And if you're wondering, I'm also playing Soul River, and I intend to play Okami. Take care of yourselves, again, keep playing grapplers, hydrate, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.